one.
JR from Dirtydiggs. This is Theorematic. We got some turntables, maybe around like, I don't know, 2000, 2001.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
And we were DJing a lot of house parties. And then, you know, an idea, I was like, man, I really want to DJ my own beats one day. And that's how I started, you know, we started making beats.
I mean, we also just started digging too.
Oh yeah.
For the soul, the jazz, the funk, before we even started making beats. And at some point you're listening to samples and just like, yo, let's get busy. So we borrowed the homies SP505, played with that for a little bit. And then eventually we got our own setup, MPC 1000.
MPC 2500 also.
Yeah, a couple years later we got the 2500, which we still got. I mean, that thing, maybe 2004, 2005, is still working, still needs some maintenance, but it's still working. That's how it happened. It always starts as a hobby, but, you know, natural progression, just stuck at it. Always believed in fire samples, always spending money on the fire samples. So eventually it just turned into what it is naturally. And our sound, if you listen to our shit back in the day too, I mean, the sound, you know, it's been the same. We've been doing it, you know, the heavy sample sound. So
yeah, and when we first met the guys, like with Planet Asia and Killer Cali and Montage and everybody, we weren't even really playing beats so much. We were, but you know, we were mainly just coming out to hang out in the sessions and, you know, see what was going down, meet a bunch of people, you know, basically meet the legends or whoever was into the same shit. So, you know, and just from hanging out, it progressed to doing songs and progressed to producing whole albums. And, you know, it just as long as you keep building, that's what we thought in our heads. We're gonna eventually build this into something wherever we start. You know what I mean?
We wanted to do full albums from back in the day. I mean, we were doing our own beat tapes, creating our own sound, and we put it into the universe a long time ago that we wanted to do that. And it just worked out that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally like it. I like the fact that there's young dudes doing it, because it just means that this thing is going to keep on going on forever. So it's good to see the young dudes doing it.
Yeah. I also feel like we kind of need that to happen. You know what I mean? Because I don't think, you know, we'll be able to survive without new people coming in and trying to do it. Because then now, you know, now people look to us a certain way. So, you know, we kind of need that to happen. Like, we kind of need fresh people always in the mix all the time, just so, you know, the thing never dies, you know, and people who actually take it as an art, you know what I mean? Not people who just, you know, maybe I could just do something, but, you know, there's really dope fools who are really good now, you know, that I listen to now, and I'm like, oh, dang, they got like really good all of a sudden. So, you know, that needed to happen. And, you know, that makes the culture survive. That helps us survive, especially with the whole limited edition CDs and all that good stuff, you know. It helps that we're not the only ones doing it, because then we look crazy, you know. Or if we're the only ones making this style of hip hop, we're going to be like that crazy, because, you know, it's like, oh, these guys are going to be out of style. So now we're not out of style anymore. So, you know, I think that's always a good thing, you know. I like it. Well, most of our albums happen like organically. We usually meeting everybody, you know, face to face. Usually we get a good idea of who these people are as a person too. So whoever we're linking up with, we know them personally. And hardly ever do we ever like email. Like maybe once in a while, but even the people I do email, I met them once or twice, you know. So usually we build in person. They're usually sitting in the same studio here, and we're all working on it now. We collect a couple songs, you know, and then we might do a couple videos. But it's always good that artists from across the country come over, you know. Across the world, actually, we got the Fly Hooligan, who came from the UK, and he came from the UK just to work with us, and not just to work with, but you know, just to put in work. And we so happened to grow organically a relationship with him to make a project. And same with like Sauce Heist too. He came from New York, flew out here, you know, got to build and all that good stuff. So I'm happy to say we do everything pretty organic around here.
Yeah, it's pretty organic. I mean, it just feels better doing it organically too, because you vibe out. The music comes a lot faster, a lot better.
Yeah.
And it's just better like that. Sometimes you email stuff and never hear back from artists.
Yeah.
You know, so we don't even know what's going on. Are you gonna record on it? Not. A couple months go by, we gotta move on. So.
And I never liked that idea of people sitting in the studio critiquing your art without you. You know, I never liked that. Oh yeah, that happens pretty often. But you know, that comes with the game too.
Yeah.
You just have to set your value and stick to it. You know, of course, you're gonna make a couple negotiations happen. That's how business is. But overall, yeah, we pretty much stick to our guns, and you know, some of it may not always be for the right price, but you know, it's more. That's different.
Yeah,
you know?
It depends who.
It just depends what's going on. How dope we think you are, and you know, and how dope you are doesn't even really mean how many followers you have. We don't even care how many followers. We just got to think your music's fire.
Yeah. It's a prescribed law for me to get off my ass and get busy till the motherfucking money come. Dirtydiggs provided the tech.
And the feedback's been good on that. It's crazy to see, you know, all the accolades, everyone taking the time to listen and shout us out on social media and stuff. So I mean, it's pretty surreal, and you know, Asia's on a different level. So I mean, it's kind of always a shock.
Yeah, he's putting out that fire, and he's like really one of the best rappers that we know and work with. So like, it's no surprise, but it's always amazing to get the good feedback. You know, to get make sure everybody loves the music. And what's interesting is these songs were old, so you know, we put it together and fools love it, and I'm happy people love it too. So
snoozing, the world is my oyster. Don't mean to be boisterous, but I do it for the voiceless. This is that, roll out the Rolls Royces. Yeah, roll out the Rolls Royces.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a blend. I mean, once in a while we'll work on music together, but really we're both dolo. We hop on the beat machine, make something. I hop on, I make something. And just because we've been doing this for so long, we kind of learned off each other, and that's why we got the sound that we do.
Yeah,
it wasn't a planned sound.
Exactly. And he could be making the beat, and I could hop on the beat and finish it, and I could make a beat, start making something, and he could come in and finish it. So we could finish each other's work as well as do our own work, but it all flies under the same flag. You probably won't even know whose beat, you know.
Whatever beat made between y'all is y'all beat.
Yeah, it's just our beat. Yeah. Only that's only like a thing with like Planet Asia and us and like certain other artists who come here a lot, where they're able to tell like who made what. And some people will actually ask us, and I'll just be like, I don't know. I don't know, man.
So what's like?
We have a new project with Big Twins from Infamous Mob. That should be dropping within these next couple weeks. That features all of Infamous Mob and Do-Rag Dynasty. It also features Willie the Kid and Hus Kingpin. So that should be a good one. And we have another album with Defari. You know, the LA legend. That features Chase Infinite and Damani and Feel the Agony and the homie SK. We have our own album that's called Asteroid Dust. That one features El Camino. He's out like a Griselda affiliate. We got Riggs on there, Sauce Heist, Planet Asia, AA Rashid, Tri-State, Killer Band. I'm missing somebody too. Flashy is Clayton.
He's out
from the Bay Area. And the homie Skunks, he's out from the Boston area.
Q3.
Q3, he's out from Philly.
So we got a lot of like, you know, legends at the same time.
And
new cats.
Yeah, with the new, mixed with the new wave. And what else we got? We also got the Planet Asia album, Kita, and that's
fire.
That's mainly produced by us, but we got a guest producer by Flashiest Clayton. He produced one on there, but that's basically another Dirtydiggs produced Planet Asia joint. And that one's really fire. But before that, we have another Planet Asia mixtape called All Gold Everything. And, you know, all these are coming out at the same time. Another one, too, A.A. Rashid. He's one of my favorites. He does like the intros and outros for West Side Gun. Okay. But he makes his own music. And usually he's known for writing books and giving lectures. But he gives out these special projects. And this one is real dope. He has like artists, you know, like Planet Asia on there. A new young guy, Aldovino, another new guy named Uncle John. He's really dope. So, you know, that's another like raw album that...
You got Sauce Ice on there.
Oh yeah, you got Sauce Ice. So that one's a really dope one too.
We probably got different opinions on this, but for me, it's Rodman. Rodman is kind of the go-to because you get a little bit of all our sounds, and I think that one was just great energy from everyone, all the artists that we work with, just the time that we were recording it during that energy. So I mean, that's kind of one of my favorites, and probably my go-to album as far as what we've done.
Yeah, yeah, me too. I like Rodman. There's another album we did called Petty Tendergrass.
Yeah, that one too. Actually, that one is just like Rodman on steroids.
Yeah,
basically.
that's just like our sound. And then we have a beat CD called Supernova. That's like really our sound, but that's all instrumentals. But if you want to get our sound nowadays, all you got to do is go look for Supernova. It's out on iTunes, Spotify, and all that good stuff. So.